probably should stay to the end of this video because I have a surprise for you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Jimmy. This is Mind Beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, I buy Bitcoin every single day. And today we're going to talk about my week 6 update. There's a lot of things going on in the market. Bitcoin has pulled back some, and I just want to calm a few nerves, right? So let's go ahead and hop on over into the portfolio. So taking a look at the portfolio, Bitcoin is sitting at $94,447 at the time of recording. And then when I screenshot it for my weekly, Bitcoin was sitting at Bitcoin sitting at $94,330.60. Right now, as far as our balance, we're at 690. Our actuals invested is 590, and then profit right now is a little over $100, and then we're at 16% profit. So we have seen this Bitcoin pull back since we started tracking it. So week 1 we were at 35%, and now we're down to 16.9%, and that's typical for crypto, right? Typical for crypto. And honestly, what hasn't been noted here is that between these two recordings here, Bitcoin ran up to 108,000. So the one thing I want to talk about is that even with this pullback, I'm not concerned the slightest. Obviously, I have a long-term outlook on this and what we're doing. So the pullbacks don't scare me at all. So another thing I want to talk about right now is the fear and greed index right now. I talked about this in the past. As you can see, fear and greed index dropped to 51. Right now we're sitting at neutral, which is really good. Honestly, this is really good for crypto. It's really good for the outlook. Last week we're at 62. Yesterday we're at 54. And now we're at 51. Remember, I want you to take a look at this yearly low and when it happened. September 6th, 2024, right? Basically 2 months before the election. Fear was at 26. That was the best time to start buying. So what is this telling me right now? We're getting to the point where it's a good time to buy. People are getting fearful of the market. People are getting scared of crypto. There's some uncertainty in the market. So people are pulling their money out. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And we're basically sitting at neutral, and this is great. If you haven't gotten into the market yet, now is the best time to be buying. Like, this is when you want to put your money into the market. So taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, we are still above the breakout of that broadening formation, which is amazing. All we're doing is just accumulating orders right here. That's it. That's absolutely it. If we close below this upper band of the broadening formation on either the weekly or possibly even the daily, we close there. Honestly, purchasing right here at this, if we do pull back to this 87,000, will be a great area to buy. If we continue to fall any further, we have a fair value gap here on the weekly. On the daily. We have a fair value gap here on the daily, which is in alignment with the top of our golden zone from the fib we talked about in the last video. So it's all going to come together again. If we close below here, I'd expect something like this, and then we can recover. Or if that doesn't happen and we fall even lower, right, I wouldn't start buying until, at 85. I'd wait till we see probably 81 or 80. If we pull back that low, buy a big bag, and then guess what? We're off to the races again, right? And then honestly, this 123, 9 times out of 10 be my next long-term target. At the end of the day, pullbacks are great for the market. Honestly, like, we're not going to continue to run up all the time. Whenever there's a pullback in the market, there's an opportunity for new money to come into the market that you're participating in and raise the price even higher. So this is only allowing people just a little bit more time to get into Bitcoin, because at some point the 90,000, the 95,000, that won't be obtainable anymore. You'll look back and you'll say, I wish I would have bought Bitcoin at 95,000 and now we're at 250,000. So if you're still here, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I have a treat for you. Right? I also do trade futures. So to all my people that do trade futures, I want to go over this NQ setup that was amazing today. So what I want you to see is that how price is reacting at the levels that I drew up on my chart. So let's start off with the weekly, right? These are the price levels, right? Price is literally just bouncing off of those in between, right? These two weekly levels are really close. We rejected here. We rejected here on the 20th, rejected here on today. But I want you to see something, right? So that was my weekly levels. And I'll throw my daily levels real quick just so you see. This is what it looks like all together. I know it's a lot, but for setup purposes, I like the 65-minute. So this is how I caught a short right here, right? This is how I caught this short. So this is 108 and 65 points. So obviously I wanted to take this from level to level, right? I wanted to go from this level down to this level because this was basically free space, right? There was nothing here. Nothing here but free area, free real estate. The one thing that I like to do, I use the strat a lot, right? I use the strat. So being that I use the strat to trade futures, it gives me great setups. It gives me a basically direction, potential direction for the market, how it's gonna move. I had this 2-2 reversal here. Now, on the day, it looks like we kind of hammered on the day, right? So we have that one big fair value gap. We push up into the fair value gap, okay? And then we hammer inside of the fair value gap. Anytime you see hammers, you should be looking for potential reversals in an uptrend unless you break structure. So if I would have caught a hammer breaking this structure, then that would just be price confirming a break above a level and then continuing up. But this is a hammer in a fair value gap. A hammer in a fair value gap to me on a higher time frame is telling me, hey, look, we're about to go in a different direction. So boom, I'm looking for my strat setups on a day. Guess what? If we break that high, then we could potentially see the high of this candle, right? The 22,387. But if we break the low of that candle, we could potentially go to this daily zone or this daily zone, right? And the good thing is this daily zone that I have right here, let me mark that up. This daily zone that I have here is in confluence with the low of a previous candle. And I'll take my levels off for now. I know what my setup looks like on the day. So now I'm gonna drop down to the 1 hour or the 65 minute, and I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see when we break this level. So if I hit the replay button real quick, market opens up at 8:30. This is the 8 o'clock candle. So we're essentially just waiting. We're waiting for a close, below this level. Because if we can get a solid close below that level, guess what? We are triggering a 2-2 reversal on a high time frame. I have full time frame continuity except for my month and my quarter. But my week, day, 4 hour, and 30 minute are all bearish. So a close below here is going to signal a put for me, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up my short position like I did. And this take profit was in confluence with my zone, right? Zone back up, levels back up. Break below there is a break below this daily, and we're taking to the next day, right? So let's see if we get a close. See if we get a close. On the 15 minute, we get a close, right? We close here on the 15 minute. So let's see how long it takes for us to actually complete this trade. And literally within the next candle, right? The 9:30 candle, we pushed down to the 165. We pushed down to 21,709. If you enjoyed the analysis on Bitcoin, if you enjoyed the analysis on NQ and how I trade futures, man, smash that like button, share it with a friend, and let me know down below what questions you might have for me as it pertains to Bitcoin, to the Bitcoin project that I got going on, or how it goes to futures. And until we meet next time, keep buying that Bitcoin. I'll catch you in the next one.